You are live, Matt.
I am, you know.
Two Bob, come.
I'll do Instagram in a minute. Hello to, sorry about the technical issues out here. Hello to all you yids around the world. It's myself, Kevin, and TJ from the Heart Now Here Spurs after a massive, beautiful 3 points at the Hill 3-point stadium for the mighty Spurs. But yeah, boys, how you been? All good?
Yeah, happy belated birthday, T. Do you know we messaged you on the group chat and all that? But do you have a nice birthday, son?
Yeah, mate, it was alright. I mean, fucking, I woke up with Gat in the morning, which was a nice birthday present. But so my foot, like, apparently, so I've been put on the tablets, like the allopurinol or whatever it is. You're on it, mate, ain't you?
Yeah,
This should be called the gout, Spurs gout, because we all fucking get it. But
the Heart Now Gout
so
Spurs fans podcast.
But apparently you get a flare up when you start taking them. Like, it's quite common to get a flare up. So obviously mine fell on my birthday when I started taking them. So yeah, it's fucking like, so my foot's been in a bit of agony. But we did have a really nice like black tie evening. So my dad's birthday same day.
Nice.
So we went out with my brother and my dad and the wives and girlfriends. And yeah, it was good. It was just yeah, it was a really good night.
Happy birthday, Tommy Senior. Happy birthday. Happy belated.
Yeah, he'll appreciate that. He always listens, so yeah, he'll appreciate that. But
So the gout's got nothing to do with red wine or meat from last night, huh?
No, because I feel better. Well, I say I feel better. I don't really. I'm still fucking hobbling around, but I was hoping it'd ease up because obviously I've got to get into work tomorrow as well and all that. It's just a fucking nightmare, mate. Honestly, I hate it. But no, he's yeah, it was a good night. Like, good food, drink. And I don't know if you saw it. So my brother's missus she's an Arsenal fan. Fucking typical, innit? Anyway, they had a shirt signed by this year's players, I think. All like authenticated. It was in a raffle. She's only gone and bagged it, isn't she? But they've just bought a new house as well. So I know it's getting hung in that house. If I was him, I'd be livid. I'd be livid. But yeah, no, good weekend. And then obviously Spurs today. I called it, by the way. I knew he was going to win today. And a big win. And obviously that's just rounded off the birthday weekend nicely. So yeah, I can hop about now and happily hop about. Now that we've got the 3 points. So yeah, it's been a good weekend, boys. Get out aside.
TJ, how old are you now?
36, mate.
Do you know what you remind me of? That meme. You know, like where you get that proper old man. My name's John. I've been supporting Spurs 12 years, but he's a proper 89-year-old
man. Can't.
But boys, let's get into it, mate. Before we touch on, because we're all small, do you know what I mean? You know what it's like in here when we lose. We sat here and we've all had a face like thunder and stuff like that. But there's a couple of positive results this week. Monaco in the week in the Champions League. Tough one, poor performance, but you'd be delighted to walk away with a point, Kev, no?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I did fancy us going into that, just because, like, a bit like today, how resilient we are away from home, and how good we are, especially away from home in sort of defending, and so I knew it'd come on top of it, but I thought we would nick that maybe on the counter at Monaco, but yeah, it sort of proved again that away from home defensively we are. I know we rode our luck at times. Monaco with Vicario having an absolute fucking blinder as well. But I think all in all, the way the game went, it was a positive draw in the end, and probably set us up nice for today to work on that resiliency and keeping a clean sheet away from home again. But this time against Everton, we sort of obviously we won the game, and in Monaco we didn't really find that attacking prowess. We was quite blunt up top, so which was kind of worry for today. But obviously we come on up trumps today with it. But yeah, Monaco a tough one, but all in all, I think it was a good point at the end of it.
What about you, T? How'd you fancy Monaco? What do you think of Monaco performance?
Yeah, I didn't really expect it, to be honest. I'm the same as Kev. I think me and Kev both said going into it that we proper fancied us. Like, it was in a few other chats, and yeah, we saying the same sort of things. I really fancied us to go over there and like put one on them. To be fair, but it's like you say, when the goalkeeper's man of the match, you know you've had a fucking bad game. Do you know what I mean? So, but he really was. Vicario, I thought, was brilliant. He was brilliant today as well. And I think that's like when, you know, people were a bit you know, they're a bit unsure about Frank still. Some people, I saw some comments throughout the week after the Monaco game. You know, like people just ridiculing him, but I think the one thing that's different to last year, we might still be a little bit blunt up top occasionally, but I found that we're becoming hard to beat. Like even when we have a bad day, teams ain't getting the points. Do you know what I mean? They're not having one over on us, and I think that's what Monaco was. I actually think Monaco was the worst performance of the season so far. I thought they played really well at Monaco as well. Like their attack was so dynamic, and I thought they threaded through us. To be fair, so I think to come away with a 0-0 and a point away from home in the Champions League, it's not to be sniffed at, especially after that performance. And listen, we're still unbeaten. Look, the Bodo game, you know, on paper we probably should have won it, but again, it didn't work out like that on the night. And so you look at the performance we've had so far, and we've got 5 points, 2 points from away games, and obviously 3 at home against Villarreal, and we've got Copenhagen in a couple of weeks. So I'm still optimistic about the Champions League. Like I say, for us, it's the longer we stay in it, the nicer it is. It's one of them. Like I don't see us winning it. A couple of boys in the chats are booking Budapest and all that. Fucking had to tell them about themselves. You know what I mean? Fucking honestly, the young boys in our chats, mate, they're like, "Oh, we're booking flights now." I'm like, "Fuck, you know." I'd love to eat my words, by the way, end of the season, but it's not going to happen. Like, we're not.
Do you know what though? I think that makes that Copenhagen game now must win. Like that's a must-win game for us now.
I think all the home games are though. Even Dortmund. I think when you look at your home games in the Champions League, you got to think you're going to win them games. You want to win them games, and I think the draw we've got, we should be winning them games. Like, listen, PSG away, it's going to be a tough day. Frankfurt away depends on like how they're a little bit like us sometimes. Depends how they play on the night. Do you know what I mean? They could win 5-1 and then lose 5-1, right? And in 2 different match days. So yeah, I think as long as listen, we got Copenhagen and Slavia Prague at home. You've got to get 6 points from them games. And listen, if you get 6 points, that puts you on 11. You're basically through to the next round, unless your goal difference is terrible. Do you know what I mean? So, if we want to get into the top 8, then we're going to try and get something against PSG, and obviously try and beat Frankfurt as well. But listen, 11 points is the aim, or 12 points really, but 11 is the aim. But yeah, listen, no one's going to remember that Monaco performance once we're in the knockout stages. Like, no one's going to care.
So, let's go with it then. So, little prediction for you both. So we're third. We played 3 games in the Champions League, like league standings as they are. Where do you think we'll finish in that standing? Like predicting the next 5 results, where do you roughly think we'll finish in the top 8, or we'll go like down like 8 to 16?
I think we'll finish just outside the top 8.
Yeah.
Me being realistic, I think we'll be close though. So I think we'll be in the seeded part of the knockout playoff draw. But I think again it depends what team turns up. But I don't really see us getting much at PSG. I think we'll beat Copenhagen and Slavia Prague at home. So that puts us on 11 points. And then I think
Frankfurt.
And then I think and then it's Dortmund. I think we'll do Dortmund at home. I do, but I think again that's not a foregone conclusion. So we start getting onto the 13 sort of mark, and I think you need 16 to get into the top 8. So I think we'll end up with about somewhere between 13 and 15 points.
Yeah, do you know what, boys? I think it's really hard to predict at the moment with that. A bit like our league form with the home form. Like these games on paper, Dortmund, Prague, and all that. Yeah, it should be must, and really should be must wins. But I think we'll get into it in a bit. We're talking about our home form in the Premier League. It just you sort of at the moment. I'm a bit unbalanced at home. I don't really know how we're going to play. We are really chalk and cheese away from home and away in both competitions. I think Villarreal, I thought we struggled quite a bit in that game, even though we won it. So I think it's really important if we can get the home form sorted. You know, I think we should get 9 points out of them home games and put us in that top 8. But I just don't know if it'll be that easy. But away from home, if we can put in a performance like at Frankfurt like we did in the Europa, I know it's different dynamics of where we are in the competition and what stage, but you know, I think we're really resilient away. And knowing Spurs, we might end up picking up more points away than we will at home. But yeah, I think it really depends on the home form. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure we'll get into the home and away form and how mixed up it is at the moment.
We'll touch on the home form. Let's go to Everton, but at this match day, guys, we're going to do a quick, massive proud sponsors of Hotspur Heritage and Ophthalmos UK. massive sponsors for us at Heart Now We're Spurs. And Match Day, we always give them a special mention on our socials on Match Day. So a massive thank you to them. And yeah, they also with the sponsors, the team, and us, and all the other fans and the travelling fans up to Everton, got us 3 points. Kev, what's your match thoughts on today? Like, talk to us. Like, massive 3 points, yeah?
Yeah, really buzzing. I mean, I'm sure you can see from the smiles when we first come on. There's nothing better than doing this podcast when you win games, but like a bit like going to away games. When you win away, it's a bit more special. And it's a game today that I thought was going to be really tough for us. With Everton obviously having a good home record so far in the new stadium. But our away form in the league give me a bit of a glimmer of hope. And I've done an Instagram story before the game that I did fancy us to be quite solid at the back, and it was all about how strong we was at the other end of the pitch, a bit like the Monaco game, which was non-existent. Wasn't that great up top today, but obviously the set pieces were massively important today, which is nice to see. But the third goal was beautiful to see as well, coming from open play. So yeah, listen, on paper it was a tough one today, but to get 3 goals, a clean sheet, and to beat a team that hasn't lost at home yet was really, really good. And it won't surprise much. It's just really frustrating to see the chalk and cheese side of it, of home and away form. If we can just have that solidarity at home, but also have hate to say it, but a bit of Ange style going forward and find that balance. I think at the moment, we could be even further up the table, and we could be at the top, because we've really dropped some points against teams at home that we should be beating as well. So it just doesn't really make sense at the moment of why we can't, roll it all into one and be attacking as well at home, but as solid as we are away. But yeah, I just feel like away, if I could change all our games now to the rest of the season to be away from home, I think I would. And that's just because of the home form is a bit up and down. So, but all in all, I'm sure like every Spurs fan is thinking today, everyone had their worries about today, but yeah, solid. I'm sure we'll go into the individual players in a bit, but as a team and as a result, it's a fucking massive win today, and it's put us in a good position in the league after 9 games.
We'll touch on the home form, because that's one of the questions I want to speak after the Everton game, because obviously we've got a crucial couple of home games coming up. TJ, what's your thoughts on the Everton game today? Good 3 points?
Yeah, big 3 points. One thing I'll say is, so I went out with my dad last night, right? My dad's obviously like very up and down with Spurs, like as a fan. Like one minute he thinks we're going to win the league, next minute he thinks we're going to be playing in the Championship, so that. So he was like, we are not getting anything at Everton tomorrow. I said, I guarantee we win. I said, I said, we're going to put in a performance tomorrow. I said, and to be fair, they did it. It wasn't the kind of performance I was expecting, but I fancied us. There's little things like that Tottenham are good at breaking, and obviously we're the first team to win at that new stadium. For a minute, are you there? Can you hear me? Yeah. So we're the first team to win at that stadium, and also we done it to Leeds the other week as well. They ain't lost at home for nearly a year. We got up there and turned them over, and I just think sometimes Tottenham have got that like little record breaking thing in their locker, and I just fancied this today. I really did. And do you know what I love about today's performance is firstly the resilience that it was such a good defensive display. Sorry, but not just that, but we got in their heads. They didn't want it from Spurs. They were fucking wound up. You can see it by the way they were like moaning to the ref constantly. I think like Van der Ven got in Grealish's head and like a few of that. You can see him winding them up, like doing it to the keeper. He said it to Pickford as well when he like saying things to him before the corners were over. And then when he scored the second one, he's shushing the fans. I fucking love that stuff, man, because it's pure gamesmanship. It's pure it's the nasty side that I think Tottenham haven't had for a long time.
Tej, how good was it when Van der Ven scored that goal and they all over to Mickey was giving the crowd, they're giving him shit, and you heard Spence go, "Fuck off." Did you hear that?
I love that.
It's a bit of me.
Yeah, I love all that, because that's what I'd be like if I was playing. I'd be a cunt, mate. I'd be the most hated player in the Premier League if I played. Honestly, I'll just get in, do it all for the away fans, mate. Honestly, I love it.
Boys, away from home in the Premier League now, I think that you are going to have to ride your luck at times. Yeah, no matter what away game you go to now this season, the league's tough, and I think Vicario made some unbelievable saves. There was like some heart in the mouth moments defensively, but I thought we dealt with it well, mate. And do you know what? Like with Ramiro injured, my man of the match today, like a standout player, was Danso. I thought he was unbelievable,
Danso
and
was good.
we've missed a defender like that will throw his body on the line. The only defender we had like that before was Michael Dawson, mate. That will stick his head in front of anything. But Van der Ven was solid as well today. He was brilliant. And normally when Van der Ven hasn't got Ramiro next to him, he's not hot like the player he is. But I thought today he was brilliant. But he's going to get man of match because he got 2 goals. But my man of match today was Danso. So I think he's got a headache next week when Chelsea come because Ramiro's meant to be fit. What do we do?
Do you know what, Matt? I think it's quite refreshing. I don't know if we mentioned it before, but we've had issues before when we lose a good centre half. I mean, probably going back years as well. When you lose one, whether it's Toby or Jan or King and Dawson or whoever, or Van der Ven and Romero, normally when you lose one, you haven't got great cover. And I think Danso's come in every time, really, and been absolutely solid. You know, he's a big, strong, athletic player. I mean, he's got the weapon now of a long throw, which I think is a massive asset, and obviously in today's football as well. But it's just nice to, when you lose your captain, to have someone come in where you're not worried about it. And we've had that with last year of Archie Gray, Ben Davis playing in. Before that, having Eric Dyer come in. You know, it's just nice to not worry about them situations and have that sort of depth, especially in that area. You know, we've still got a lot of players out injured as well. So, you know, it's a big thick squad there that's going to be competing for each other. But at the back, it's nice to have them 3 centre halves. And there's going to be times when he's going to go 3 at the back, 3 centre halves at the back as well, and play a 5. So it's a really strong asset we got there, and probably a player that everyone questioned why we bought permanently. And I think performances like that sort of says to you, that's why we bought him permanently, because he probably is happy to play second fiddle to the other 2. But when he comes in, you know, coming from Lons and Southampton and where he's been, he's probably privileged to be at this club. So when he gets called upon, he's going to do the business, and he has done every time. So, yeah, I'm with you. Like in the group chat, Matt, everyone was talking about the other players, but Kevin Danso deserves a big mention today, without a doubt.
I'll tell you what, though, Kev, he's got pace like Michael Dawson, isn't he? He's got no pace whatsoever, Danso.
Joe, he ain't as fucking slow as Dawson, don't get me wrong. But I think he's one of the quicker ones we've had for cover in going back years. But yeah, no, I'm happy with him, and I think he's a good player to have there for cover from when the other 2 are out.
Mate, I played with Dawson, mate, and he ain't that slow. I'm telling you. he might look it on the screen, but he ain't that slow.
It's because he's playing against you, Tej. That's why he looks so quick. I bet you look like Ronnie Rose.
I've never ever been left back in my life, but as soon as I saw Dawson was there, I was like, yeah, I'll be left back. I'll play next to Dawson.
Also, T, Vicario's come under a bit of stick recently. Like, well, I know we've mentioned him a couple of times on this pod and that, but the last 2 games, he's been absolutely brilliant, hasn't he? I know he does stupid stuff, though, like one for the cameras sometimes. Like, there was one today where he could have caught it and he'd done like a diving parry and stuff. Like, them things annoy me with Vicario, but shot stopping wise, the last 2 games, he's been unbelievable.
Yeah, he's probably had his best week in a Spurs shirt, I think. I think in terms of performances, he was the man of the match on Wednesday for me, by far. I mean, they should have won 4-0. And if it weren't for Vicario, they would have. And today, I felt like he was there when he was called upon. Like some of the reaction saves, I thought today, you know, the ones where, you know, you literally relying on instinct, I thought they were fantastic. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's ever been a question of Vicario, though. I feel like he's always been known as a good shot stopper. It's more about his link-up play from the back, and he's like building it up and stuff like that, and he's kicking. His distribution hasn't been great. But listen, I like Vicario. I think he gets a lot of stick. Like you say, like there are these times when he probably overemphasizes the move and does more than he needs to with the saves, and you know ends up parrying it back into a dangerous area, things like that. But listen, on this week alone, like you can see why he's number 1 at the club. You know, a lot of people, including ourselves, were calling for Kinski to come in, but how can you put Kinski in when Vicario's playing like that? It's at the end of the day, he's between the sticks, and his job's to stop goals, and he's doing that, and he's keeping us in games. And Yeah, listen, I am a fan of Vicario. I think other things will come, like like distribution and stuff. You can't learn it, but you can make it work, and knowing when to play short and when to play long is important. But yeah, mate, I'm happy with Vicario at the moment. I thought defensively, and this is like I said at the beginning of the pod, defensively we look really assured at the moment, and that don't matter who comes in. If you change the wing backs, if you change one of the centre backs, like you said, Dan Sarford's been fantastic, deputising. Yeah, I'm really kind of happy with the back line, and then you got Paulinho in front of that. Like you can see why we keep clean sheets at the moment. Like we're keeping so many clean sheets, and it's all to do with that makeup at the back, and Vicario heads that. So yeah, I'm really happy with how things are at the back.
Yeah. So boys, that 3 points that they put us third in the league, like, do we dare dream? Like, I'm quite a calm, positive Spurs fan, right? And I'll tell you now, Spurs are 100% winning the league. Simple as that.
You weren't saying that in the group chat this week.
Boys,
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to add him. I wish I could play a fucking voice like that.
I stand by it now. Like, if we don't improve our home form, we are going to finish 7th or 8th. Yeah, 100%. We are going to finish 7th. If we don't improve our home form, which we'll touch on, just going to touch on Newcastle, but we are going to touch on it. If we don't improve our home form, we are going to finish 7th or 8th. You can't rely on your away form to get you out of trouble throughout a whole season. It's a long season.
That's not bad. That's not a bad thing for me though. Finishing 7th or 8th. If you listen, you're talking about a team that finished like the last team in the league that didn't get relegated last season, right? With the new additions and a new coach coming in, I expect us to be up in the European places. But if we end up in one of the other European competitions next season, I think we've had a good season in terms of the league. I think you've got this is his first year in charge, right? He's putting his stamp on the team. He's putting his philosophy there. And like I say, you've taken over a team that finished 17th last year, albeit won a trophy. So you got to give the guy time and to work on it. And listen, at the moment, we've got to be aiming for the top 4 or 5 places. We're currently, obviously it's a long way off. We're currently going to get that 5th spot again. So your top 5 gets you Champions League, and the way we're playing at the moment, we are a top 5 team, I think. But like you say, the home form has to change. But listen, anyone that sits there and says they'll be disappointed finishing outside of the Champions League but in European places, I don't think they're a realist when they watch Tottenham. You need to be realistic. Like what last season was for us in the league and what we're building on this year. Like finishing top 7 is an achievement this year.
I just want to touch on that quickly. I mean, I think if this was our squad now that we've got, and this is all we had until the end of the season, barring we don't buy any players in January. I mean, if this was our squad now and this was the squad that would finish the season, I think top 8 is a good season. I really do, for the reasons CJ just mentioned. But when we've got players coming back, the players that we have out, like today, when you have no Maddison, no Kulusevski, no Solanke, no Udogie, no Romero, I mean, that's 5 that probably get into your starting lineup. And when you add them all back into that mix, and fucking hell, if you go out in January, because I'm sure they're going to go out in January and nick 1 or 2, and you can get players like Simmons, who's been a bit, out of it at the moment, trying to find his feet a bit. When everyone comes back and everyone starts to click, I really think we've got a massive chance to have an assault on that top 4 or 5. And I said that at the start of the season group chat, and everyone or people that I spoke to outside the group chat have laughed at me about. But they are massive players coming back. And if you can add to that, for the start we've had and the foundations we've kind of built in the league so far this year in terms of being resilient, yes, the home form is probably the biggest X we have at the moment. But if we can get that sorted, I have no reason why we can't have an assault on that top 4 this year. With the way City are, Liverpool are, Chelsea are. I mean, there's inconsistencies everywhere. I hate to say it at the moment, apart from Arsenal. So, I mean, and the thing is, I mean, I look at the league and we are joint top goal scorers in the league as well, by the way. And bar Arsenal, we've conceded the least. So, and that's 9 games. And if everyone's having a pop at Frank and moaning about things now, when you're in that position after what TJ just said, of finishing 17th the year before, I think everyone's head needs a wobble. And you really need to be realistic of what we are trying to achieve with a new manager, new style, everything. It's Matt, you coach as well. It's not easy to implement a new style on a team that is used to playing 2 years the way it has done previously. It's difficult. You've got to find the right players to bring in to do it, but you've also got to tell the current crop to then change the way they want to play. But I think, and I said it before, I think Frank's got that done that really quickly in this team and got a style, found his threats from set pieces, which we've never had. And I just think we're just laying down the foundations of being good. And it's going to take time this season, little steps to improve on that even more. And with the player, I said, with the players coming back and the potential players coming in, there's no doubt why this team can't finish in that top 4 or 5 this year. For me, anyway.
Yeah, you were spitting stats there, like goals scored and conceded. And I thought TJ took over the mic for a minute, mate. You've been hanging around TJ too long.
He told me those stats before we come on. No, he didn't really. Actually, that was the first ones I worked at myself. Feel good about it.
Boys, Newcastle Wednesday, Carabao Cup. How important?
Matt, before we move on, can I just say someone else who needs a bit of a shout out, Bentancur. I think he's been getting a lot of stick.
Yes.
He's been getting a lot of stick, that boy, man, and he was fucking electric today. His work in set pieces and cutting play out, and building linking play from front to back, I thought was brilliant. I thought Bentancur was up there for a man of the match shout as well, like just for his efforts. Like that set piece, the first one, they've been working on that, and he done so well to get to that ball. By the way, around the back, and I just think like he's another one who gets criticised. Yeah, his passing could be better. But
do you know what, Tej? We said it last week, didn't we, about the midfield starters? And I think we all agree. I definitely said that. Away from home, you need to have that solidarity in that midfield, and then playing Paulinho and Bentancur. Now, if everyone who listened to that thought, no, we're off our heads, I think today's performance showed why he's so important, not only in that defensive side of it, but also now at set pieces, because he's good in the air in them set pieces, but he's a pretty footballer as well. So in them little tight spots, he's quite a skillful player, but he has got that defensive side to him. I whispered in the summer that I think he could probably be a 6 if he was coached that way. But with Paulinho coming in, that really is what a 6 is. But Bentancur, I think, complements Paulinho in that way where he can break it up. Bentancur can then start the attacks from when Paulinho chops it up. But also Bentancur's a really good footballer, and I think he's a really underrated player. And I'm with Tej. I think obviously Mickey will get it today, but Bentancur deserves a massive mention today, not only for the set piece side of it, but I just thought he's got that tenacity as well. He's got that South American thing about him. He likes to tackle. He likes this. And I just think he goes right under the radar of being a really important player for us. But in home games when we're on the attack and we're trying to be that, I don't know if he's the one there. But away games, definitely for me, him and Paulinho are your two that you want in there as 2 6s without a doubt.
I think it is a headache. I think it is a headache for Frank because it's like Kev said, you're looking at different styles of play when you choose your midfield. Because I think Sarr and Bergvall are great. Listen, we've been talking about in the chats. We don't know why Sarr hasn't been getting minutes. Like we thought there was an issue because I think even today he's come on and scored, right? I think Sarr's
though, he weren't happy, was he? I think he's sank there. He
didn't celebrate either. Yeah, it was weird.
No,
it was weird one. I don't know. There's something going on there. I don't know what it is, but there's them rumours that someone's fell out of favour with Frank that was quite popular last year. I don't know. I find it strange because I think Sarr's been playing really well. But I watched the Tottenham press conference on Friday, and someone asked him about Sarr. They're like, "Is he injured?" And he said no. He said he goes, "Listen, we're just doing a selection. Like it's who we select at the time. He's playing really well, and he'll get his chance when the time comes." And I don't know. I found it strange, but I think Bergvall's great as well. For me, he's a proper workhorse when he's on the pitch. Another guy that likes to move things forward, which is it's totally different to what we've had in the past from players like Skip and Winks and those guys. They like to play like across. So yeah, it's a big headache, but the fact that you've got these headaches and the fact that you have the adaptability in that area, I think is key. Thomas Frank needs to get it right at the right time, I think. Because sometimes he does play Paulinho and Bentancur when he should be playing Sarr and Bergvall. And just before we move on, Matt, because I know you want to talk about the Newcastle game, but Javi Simmons for me, mate, at the moment he's a fraud. I can't get behind him. Like I really can't. Like if Lee was on here, he'd be doing a dick of the day, right? For me, that's Javi Simons today. I just like his passing is Like his decision making, he turns back a lot. I just don't. I can see there's a player there, you know, as well. It's why it's more frustrating because I can see he's got the ability, but I feel like I don't know why, but he must just be lacking confidence or something. Because at the moment, for me, he's more of a hindrance to our attack than a benefit. He doesn't complement the attack at the moment. He actually hinders it. There's a couple today where he could have played someone through.
Yeah, I
Or he
think
took
there
one
was
extra.
a time when it teach when he could have played Spence through and he ended up turning back. And I'm like, if that's your creative player, you're looking for them like Madison would do. He'd look for them little runs to play in, to put someone through in the box, and he could have done that a few times today and on Wednesday as well when he had times to shoot. Villa. He had times to do that as well. I agree. I think
Yeah,
for a creative player, quite negative at the moment.
yeah, it's tough because he for me was like one of our standout signings, like on paper. So yeah, maybe it's just a high expectation of him. I don't know, but I think he will come good. But the boy just needs a bit of confidence, I think, and then we'll see. But yeah, listen, these are good problems to be having at the moment. I think the fact that we've got all these players with who like even having a bad day and we're still getting results. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's a positive in the future. It'll be good. It'll come good.
Yeah. Just touching on Bentancur, I think he's just signed a new deal, hasn't he? So I think, especially this season, playing alongside Polinia, I think he's going to learn so much from him. You know, like I think
He was great today as well, Matt. I thought
yeah,
Palhinha.
he was. But you
He's
know,
good
like,
every game for me. I don't think he has an off game,
No,
Paulinho.
consistent.
Polinia's 31. So like, if we do sign him, a 2-year deal. But I think Bentancur is going to learn so much from him, like for us going forward in the next couple of years. You know, so I do think Bentancur playing alongside him is important as well.
Sorry, Matt. I just want to say as well. I think Mwani's got something in him as well. You know,
I think he played brilliant today.
Yeah, every time I see him, he had strength. He's good at holding up the ball, like same as what he did.
Did you boys think he done all right today? I don't know. You know,
Yeah,
I thought Richarlison done more than him when he come on. I don't know.
See Richarlison's assist. See Richarlison's assist. See the Pigeon's assist.
Yeah, it was all right.
Mate, listen, if that was Harry Kane, we're saying how world class he is. Yeah, put some respect on the Richie's name.
Listen. If there was ever a game Richarlison would come up, it's this one. Obviously, with the whole Everton thing about it. When he come on, I was pretty happy he was going to come on because I didn't think, for me personally, I didn't think Mwani was that great today. He was better than he has been. He's still I still don't think he's at the races fitness wise. But I thought when Richarlison come on today, I thought he'd done more than Mwani did in a short amount of time. But yeah,
I'll give you that. You know, I will give you that. I think you're right. I think Richarlison put himself about a lot more when he come on, and he looked more hungry for the ball. I thought
it's a game he's up for, though, isn't it?
It's
a game he's up for. It's Everton, so he's got to do that against everyone. He's got to can't have him just going missing for games. He's got to be. I mean, now Solanke's coming back. You've got Mwani. He's got another 2 players that he's fighting for a place for because apart from a centre forward, for me, he can't play anywhere else. So, I mean, little flashes like that, just like it's frustrating because you want Richarlison's thing to be consistent. But yeah, but today I thought he done all right. He ran his arse off and was ratting about, which is what he's good for. So yeah, he was okay. It's okay.
So we've mentioned a couple of these players that are on the brink of breaking into that first team, like Papasar, Bergvall, like you got Manani, you got Richarlison. We've got Newcastle Wednesday. Is this the opportunity for them? How serious do we take Wednesday night? Is there going to be similar to the same squad today?
Serious.
Are we going to make changes?
Serious.
Yeah, we take it serious, mate. Like Kev's just saying in the background, but yeah, we 100%. Like it's a cup competition, you know, and at the moment, I think we're not close to being able to win the league just yet. Like you know, we're too far off that. So you got to where you're gonna. I want that feeling that I got last year. I want it every year. Like so, this, and I'm gonna get that from these cup competitions. I think we've got the hardest draw. I said it at the time when the draw come out. I think Newcastle are playing really well at the moment as well. I watched them against. They played someone in Europe on I think it was Tuesday, and they
Benfica.
Yeah, mate, they looked hungry. Like they looked really good against Benfica. I remember looking at that thinking, "Fucking got to play these next week."
Thing is, though,
because
that's a Champions League game, isn't it? I mean, that a Champions League game up there it's always gonna be like that. We'll have the same atmosphere and intensity against us in the Carabao Cup. I don't know, but I agree, it's definitely the toughest draw out of it. But my only thing is, Tej, I'm with you. I think we need to take it seriously. It's a cup for me now that after winning the Europa last year, now it's about being competitive in cup competitions as well as the league. But I mean, with Chelsea on Saturday, I think he's going to tinker around again. I think you'll see Odobert in there, probably Tell, Bergval, Sarr. You might see that, but you're away from home as well. And if you tinker too much against Newcastle, and they're up for it, it could be a fucking hammering. But you know, I know it's hard to juggle, and I'm not the manager, but these cup competitions are so important to us as supporters now, and they've always have been. Really, I mean, the God Cups we've won, they're important to us. The semis and the finals we've never got over the line. So now, after the Europa League, it's now important for us as a club to be competitive in these cup competitions and try and win them. But I just don't know where all these eggs are and what basket they are, where it is in this situation with Chelsea. Is it this cup or is it the league? I don't know.
The thing is, boys, we can't play the same team tonight, then the same team Wednesday, then the same team Saturday against Chelsea, then the same team during the week against Copenhagen, and then Man United. So he's going to have to tinker somewhere, and I think Wednesday is the one. I think he'll make about 6-7 changes, man.
It won't surprise me if he did, to be honest. Like, can I be honest? Like, and I've got to be honest. Like, I'd like we're going to ask for score predictions on this one. I don't see us getting it on Wednesday. I really don't, and I think it's because he's going to make changes. But not just that. I think Newcastle at home this season have been really good. Like, really good. Like, I know we're good away, and I don't think we've lost away yet. Do you know what I mean? So, like, that bodes well for us as well. Like, our away fans and that, like, what we bring, I think is really good. So listen, it's going to be hard. I think
there'd be no away fans there for this one though. Be about fucking 20 of them.
Mad. And do you know the worst thing is the away league fixtures midweek as well in December. So
yeah, shit.
Yeah, it's a fucking shit one. I'm not doing either, to be honest.
Score predictions, boys.
I don't like doing it, but I think we'll lose. I think we'll lose.
Kev?
Maybe.
I think with the tinkering, like we know he's going to do, I just think it sets us up for a bit of a fall for this one. And I mean, if it's a hard one because I really want to do Chelsea on Saturday as well, and it's a tough one for me because obviously, like I said, I want us to go far in these cups. But yeah, I think he's going to prioritise Chelsea over this one. But if he does do that, I can see maybe a 3-1 win Newcastle. 3-0.
Boys, we need to remember Newcastle are in the same position as us, yeah? They've still got Champions League and that. Do you know what I mean? So I think they're going to tinker a bit as well. I think this game's going penalties. Because it's for 90 minutes, then straight to pens, isn't it? So I think it's going to go pens.
I think you're right about tinkering, but also they're defending champions of this one. So they've got the taste of this one last year, and I think they'd be happy to win that again. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a bad feeling inside, which is I don't know how to take that because sometimes I'm spot on, but more often than not, I'm not. So, hopefully I'm wrong on this occasion. But yeah, listen. I said about this the games between the two international breaks. There's 7 games in that period, and I said that will tell you everything you need to know about Spurs is where we're going to finish in the league this year, how we're going to get on in the cup competitions, and obviously we've got a loss, a draw, and a win in the first 3. So I don't know. I'm not that optimistic about the League Cup. Out of all the fixtures in that period, I think that's the hardest one. Like out of those 7 games, I think it's the hardest one. So yeah, I'm hopeful, but I don't know. Listen, I just want to get a fucking good draw. Knowing us, we'll get fucking Liverpool away or something in the next round, and then it just gets worse and worse, doesn't it?
I ain't going there again with Kev chewing off my ear. No chance. I ain't doing that drive again.
It was a good trip up, but a quiet one on the way back, though.
Oh, mate. Well, you snoring the rest of it. It was quiet for you. You were snoring. It was loud for everyone else.
Yeah, Spurs fucking done me, mate. All right, sleep. Have a nightmare in the back, fucking flipping out.
Boys, Chelsea, Saturday, 5:30 kickoff, mate, under the lights. We're talking about home record, because I feel like this is a must. And what a game for that home record to kind of change. Do you think it's away from home we set up tactically where we try and counter, soak up pressure and counter, and at home, us fans don't want that at home. We don't want to see our team sitting back. So we the game plan at home kind of always goes out the window because we don't follow the instructions what we do as away. Or what? Or do you think it's just I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out away from home we play a certain way, and then at home I think we kind of still want to play that way on the front foot, but we can't seem to adapt to it.
Me personally, I think you have to adapt to who you're playing. And I think at the moment, we're not good enough at home to play expansive football, especially against good sides. And I think you've seen it against sides like Wolves and Villa. I mean, I won't put Bournemouth in that because I think Bournemouth are a decent side. But Wolves and Villa, when you try and go gung ho against these sort of teams, you're vulnerable at the back. And I think our strongest this year we've been is when we're compact. And I don't see nothing wrong with being compact at home against Chelsea. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that is our only way for me of getting a victory or grabbing a point is by being as compact as we are. Like I said in the Instagram post today, it's about being compact, but also being frightful up front when you get them breaks or you do have them chances going forward. So it's finding that blend again. But I don't see anything wrong with being defensively minded against the top sides at home like we are away. And it's just shown you, even though we're away, we've got the points against Man City and Brighton and teams like that who are quite decent sides at home. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. I think if we do that and we get a draw, I think at the moment of our home form, I think we take a point. But that doesn't mean that I don't think we can win a game by being defensively minded either. So that's how I would do it. If he goes gung ho, it's going to be a goal fest, and you don't know what's going to happen. But it just shows you that we have got that resilience in our side, and I think that's the sort of game maybe we can use that at home, starting with Chelsea and then going forward against the big sides at home as well.
What about you, T, with regards to home record / away record going into Chelsea?
Firstly, it's one of my favourite fixtures of the season. I fucking love playing these cunts at home. Honestly, I do. I hate the away fixture, but I love fucking playing Chelsea at home. Like I hate Chelsea. Hate Chelsea, and I want everyone out there to know how much I fucking hate Chelsea. And I don't like anything about Chelsea. Honestly, I don't. There's not a single thing I like about Chelsea.
I even hate the fucking place. Fucking hate them. Snoopy cunts. Fucking even hate the place. I hate Kensington. I hate everything about them. Wankers.
I do. I just fucking stadium, everything. Hate it all.
Yeah,
like,
TJ, are you still steaming from last night? You slept or something? Or? You're coming in here quite aggressive, mate.
Yeah, I don't like them. It's simple. I don't like them. I really don't like Chelsea. So yeah, no, I love getting one over on Chelsea, and it's been a while since we have. So, like I say, I was at the I've said it all the time because it's the one game that I loved that I was at was the one at the Bridge when we beat them. So for me, like the one thing that we will get in the stadium, this thing is atmosphere. So that is something that we've been missing as well. Like we've discussed this loads of times, like in chats and stuff about how the atmosphere is lacking in the new stadium. But we'll get that this weekend because of the game and who we're playing. They're missing some key players. I think. Who's fucking good? Who's bad?
T? He's kind of cut out.
He's on that fucking dodgy internet again, isn't he?
He's in McDonald's again.
He's in McDonald's. McDonald's Wi-Fi. He's better off sitting on a fucking train doing this of Great Anglia.
Do you know what though, Kev? This weekend, I think if things don't go our way in the first 5-10 minutes, we need the crowd to stay together because that crowd is very toxic on home days, isn't it? Like, and I think going with a win today, if we can get a win in midweek, that sends the crowd in there on a high. Do you know what I mean? Like going into Newcastle, going into Chelsea. So I do think, like TJ we mentioned there, that the fixture will bring the atmosphere anyway.
Yeah, I think what's important, Matt, is that if we do have a dodgy start and they're hitting our keeper with loads of shots and they're all over us for the start the first patch of the game, it's important that the fans stay with it. And even if we go 1-0 down, it's important for the fans to stay with it in that sort of game because, like you said, the fans are important in any home game, but in derbies, they're what get you over the line. I mean, I'm talking about going back years playing against Arsenal, Chelsea at home. Our squads were nowhere near theirs, but sometimes the 12th man would get you over the line. And I always remember when we first beat them at home after that long, from the 80s when we didn't beat them, and then Aaron Lennon scored that winner, which was like fucking scenes, that place. And that sort of atmosphere gets you over the line. And they had like a fucking £1 billion squad then with the players they bought when Roman Abramovich come in. So, it's really important, and we're lacking that this year. And you know, if I could have it for any game, that atmosphere, it's these ones against Arsenal's and Chelsea's and West Ham's to a point. So yeah, really, really important, Matt. And I know you're hot on it that the fans are not really with us at home, and we keep saying it. It's not the same clientele in there as it was at the old lane and all that. But yeah, we've really got to start finding that, and it has been there in that ground as well in some previous derbies. So no reason why it shouldn't be in there Saturday, because it will be a driving force for us to get 3 points. You know.
Yeah, 100%. TJ, are you back, mate? Have McDonald's put the Wi-Fi back on or what?
I reckon his fucking Big Mac was ready and he fucking shot off and got it.
I actually had a curry tonight as well.
They called his number. He had to go and get
it. I was struggling this morning, mate. I ordered a curry for dinner. So, yeah, no, it was, well, I can't remember what I got up to, but yeah, I think these games are like, they're huge. Like Kev's just saying there, like the atmosphere will be there for this game. But listen, the form goes out the window with these games. Not that either of us have been that consistent this year. But I think they're missing some key players. I think if we play to our strengths, we can beat them. Like, we can beat them. Like, I think we can beat most teams this season. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game. It always is against them. But again, like, you just got to back yourselves and your system. I think I'm a little bit different to Kevin the way I think we set up, because I think Chelsea are expansive. So they will play like differently to how Wolves have set up at Spurs, and you know, they will come at us, Chelsea. So I think there's going to be opportunities to get them behind them, 100%. But it's just about taking chances, because you're going to have to in this game. You know, if Vicario plays like he has the past 2 games, we'll be all right, I think. But yeah, we're going to have to take our chance at the other end. So yeah, which is something we haven't been doing, I don't think. So set pieces will be key as well. Like, if we can capitalize on how good we've been at set pieces, I think that might even get us over the line on its own. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game, a hard game, night game, which is fucking unheard of when you play a derby on a Saturday evening. Like, that's just never happens. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I do think we'll get the win on that one, but it's going to be tough.
Kev, what's your predictions for this weekend? Are you boys going? Like, I'm going there. I've got a football Saturday morning / afternoon, and I'll be down there for beers. 5:30 kickoff. TJ, you allowed out this weekend or what, mate?
I've been to more away games than him, and I fucking see allowed out this weekend.
I don't even think Matt's been away this year. He can't be giving it the Barry on it. He ain't even been away.
Sitting there in his Spurs shirt, probably on his sofa, like fucking
shirt of these days, mate.
Oh, yeah. That's the closest he gets to away. He's wearing that fucking away shirt. That's it.
He watches all the games on Spurs Play. That's what he does.
That's Kev. Kev's got Spurs Play.
No, yes, I am going to go this weekend, of course. No, I don't really miss these ones, man. Like that is for me, yeah. Obviously, with the kids in that, it's getting harder to get down there. But I'll always choose away days over home games, and I just always do. So if I can pick, like if I have to pick, which I do have to nowadays because of the kids, I do prefer to do the aways. And the next one obviously for us is PSG that me and Kev are doing. So yeah, no, but I'm Chelsea, Arsenal, West Ham at home, like they're like done like, all this time. I don't really miss them. So yeah, I'll be there Saturday, and like I say, night game. So mad, like there's going to be plenty of drunk people lying in the streets on Saturday afternoon, mate. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they do it to themselves. It's going to be mad. It's going to be absolute carnage down there.
Kev, feeling positive? 3 points?
I don't know. I mean, when I'm always put on the spot with these, I always think we should win all our home games, even against Arsenal's and Chelsea's. I mean, I always think we're going to win. It's just the home form's been so erratic this year. I don't know, but yeah, like TJ saying, I do think the form goes out the window. But if we play like the way I said that I'd like us to play, I think we have more chance for a win. But if you had to put me on the spot now, I'm probably going to say 2-1 Spurs. 2-1. Yeah, I'll go 2-1.
I'll take that, man. Do you know what, boys? I fancy this weekend at home. I feel we're going to go and do these. I think we've come so close the last couple of years, sending offs, and last year I think we were. Yeah,
I think there's going to be carnage in the game. I do think there's going to be VARs and
always
red cards.
Chelsea is just drama, isn't it? Like it's just drama. But I'm going to rest up this week. I don't want no gout popping out this weekend. You know what I mean? T, you do the same, mate. Can't have you wobbling down there as well, mate. Do you know what I mean? We need to be on full. But you drinking before you coaching horses? What?
Yeah, I don't know. I think a few of the boys ain't going to this one. I'm quite surprised. Like, I was speaking to my brother last night, and like a lot of the young lot that we go with there, I think most of them ain't going to this one. So yeah, I don't know. I'll kind of meet where everyone else is, sort of thing. But yeah, normally it's either like in Tottenham, it'd probably be either the Bilnick Bricklayers or the coaching horses for me normally. But I don't know if anyone's drinking up in Cheshunt Way beforehand. I'm happy to meet them there as well before we get onto the thing. So, but it just depends who's going. It doesn't sound like a lot of our boys are going to this one. I think they've all. Which makes me laugh because he's sitting there going to me, "Have I got fucking permission? Half the fucking group ain't going to this game." So,
Right, mate. Listen. Don't get so spicy about it, mate. Yeah.
I like how Posey.
In his defence, he's getting spicy because he gets a lot of shit about it. He does get his grief.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't go like.
So if TJ's got an advantage that he's going and they ain't, he's going to jump on it and let them know.
But yeah, exactly. I do get a lot of stick for this stuff. But yeah, no, no, I ain't gonna miss this one. I fucking bit. My head's gone a little bit. I bit on that one. Proper like that.
What we are going to do is start going live on like TikTok or Insta, something like that after match days, which we'll encourage. And we're opening it for the fans to come in and have their say. We're opening the boxes and people can come in and talk. I know Newcastle, I'll jump on live and do that one. Chelsea, I don't think any of us will because we'll all be like drinking Bricklayers' tasty Fosters. But yeah, look, if not, we'll have our next pod is next week. I think Leeds back next week. Is he, if I'm right? Or is he away for another week?
Yeah, no, listen, he's back next week. And I'll probably
he's fighting for the Intercontinental Championship, is he, next week, Kev?
No, he's back next week. We'll probably mention it in the week, but I'll mention it first now. There was a player called Jim White who used to play for Spurs in the 60s. And he got struck by lightning playing golf. So he lost his life, obviously, due to that. And we've got basically his family give this other guy permission. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Lee's been in contact with him, and he was a guy who wrote the book about him and obviously what happened and his influence on Tottenham and everything else. So as far as I know, we've got that author of that book coming on to talk about that situation, and obviously him being in contact with the family and obviously the tragedy it was at the time. But also he was part of a really good Tottenham side who won trophies at the time as well. So obviously his family have got a lot of spin on that and let him write a book about it. So he'll be coming on next week, as far as I know. But stay tuned for that. We'll pump some more advertisement about that in the week.
Yeah, the book is The Ghost of Wild Lane. Is the book, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah. So I think a few people have seen it going around on the socials and that. So yeah, if you're wondering like what the book is, and obviously they'll talk more about it next week. But yeah, it's a really interesting story, definitely. So yeah, tune in for that one. That's going to be an interesting story.
Definitely, that'd be good to get on. Well, we'd like to thank you all for listening. For myself, Kev, and TJ from the Heart Now is Spurs, and once again, we'd like to proudly thank our sponsors, Hotspur Heritage and Ophthalmos UK. Ophthalmos, Kev?
Yeah, you've got it, mate. Your Greek's getting better, boys. It's getting
mate,
really good
now, mate. I'm fluent. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back. We've got Newcastle in the week. Massive game. We win that. We're in the quarterfinals, I believe. That takes us to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. Round 5, and then I think for the Carabao Cup. And then we go. Is it TJ? Am I right? You're the stat man.
Go on, say again.
If we beat Newcastle, is that the quarterfinal?
It is. Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah. So it'll be round 5. Yeah, the quarterfinal.
Yeah. And then a massive London derby against Chelsea. A game is just going to be drama on and off the pitch. Build yourselves up. We need the atmospheres. We need a good atmosphere this weekend. And let's pick up the win in the League Cup and the Carabao Cup and 3 points next week against Chelsea. Wish you all the best. Come on, you Spurs.
We hate Chelsea.